Morning everyone, Michele Courage here from michellecourage.com. Wow, I have just received, or in the last day or so, just received the new Rebecca Campbell Rose Oracle card, called card deck. And it's got a beautiful energy to it. I've been looking forward to it and tuning into it already for a while, because where I'm at the moment is integrating into the earth really deeply, becoming even more grounded. We've just moved to a very rural property in the middle of New Zealand, and my life has changed dramatically from being in just on the outskirts of Wellington, which is the capital of New Zealand, to being really in the middle of the sticks, on this glorious property. And yeah, I've been tuning in slowly into the Rose Oracle that I knew was coming, because I absolutely love Rebecca Campbell's decks. They're just amazing. This one I've worked with a lot, Work Your Light, and the other one is the Starseed one. For me, it's always very exciting when I draw the first card out of a deck, because for me, that is a huge message, especially with this deck. There was something just special about this deck, and I think I'm going to be working with this deck quite a bit, especially with clients and that kind of thing. And of course, the card that I drew was this one, Plant Yourself Here. Integration, embodiment, grounded action. And this is exactly in alignment for what I'm experiencing at this moment in time in my soul path. I feel pretty aligned in my soul path. I know I'm exactly supposed to be here right now. I had all the signs. It's just perfectly in alignment. So with this card, it says invite your soul to come all the way in, and basically she's asking you to really step into who you are. And this is the card of the one who's committed to being the bridge between heaven and earth, the embodied mystic. And this is exactly how I've been feeling. Is we are so busy trying to get ascended up there, we're forgetting about the idea that we as a human race need to embody being here in the third dimension. If we can function and live a glorious life here on earth, then that is anchoring the new earth. That is actually anchoring in this new way of living, the new way of being. And the only way we can do that is each one of us to practice being in complete alignment in nature, within ourselves, within our resonance, understanding the stuff that comes up, working through it, experiencing it. So that for me is just a exceptional card to get this morning from the deck the first time that I use it. So fabulous. It's an invitation to commit more fully to your life as a soul, having a human experience, to invite your soul to grow roots that reach deep so that you can grow tall, to commit to your humanity and your expansion at once. Not always the easiest thing to do, because, there's so many outside things that you should be doing. Since we've arrived here, all I've done is work in the garden, sort the house out, being a human. And, often I look back and I go, oh my goodness, what have I actually achieved? You're in that mode of, we got to go, go, go. We've got to achieve. I've got to show, and that's just your ego. It's your ego just, doing its thing, telling you what you should be doing, So I love these earrings. They're so cute. kind of gives me like an Indian kind of feeling, sort of like Indian Hiawatha, Native American Indian. So lovely, eh? Anyway, yeah, so really amazing. I'm really chuffed about this. Yeah, and it says the rose invites us to embrace all stages of life on earth, from the buds to the bloom, from the cutting back to the fruit. Her beauty and sweet scent are an embodiment of heaven. Oh, that's another thing. When I opened this deck of cards, I don't know what she's done, but she's scented something in here. Oh man, it smells so lovely. It smells so divine, very rose orientated. I wouldn't be surprised if you use essence of oil into the actual box or something, or sprayed it or something, because yeah, you can definitely smell. Each card has got a beautiful rose smell. So well done, Rebecca Campbell. Again, I'm so wonderfully inspired by your work on this planet. Yeah, so she's talking about the rose. Her beauty and sweet scent are an embodiment of heaven, a nectarous reward for being here. The rose reminds us to take a moment to properly enjoy the sweetness, and that heaven really can be a place on earth. And that's exactly where I'm at the moment. I really believe that immersing ourselves in nature and just enjoying life. I think with a lot of the stuff that's going on at the moment in this world, it's been quite tough, and it's been very easy to get sidetracked. Oh, look over here, something's happening. Oh, look over here, that's what's happening. Oh, look at over here, this is what. No. And I think we forget about the purpose of bringing it all back into the right now, what's in front of you. Right now, I am sitting in my garden with the birds chirping. It's an early morning in New Zealand. I'm feeling safe. I'm so grateful. I'm so in deep gratitude. And I do believe that gratitude is how we start the path. You cannot move forward without deep gratitude for wherever you are. For what, and there have been times when, as a person, I have not felt that gratitude and have had to decide and draw a line in the sand around did I want to go forward like this? Do I want to keep going forward in this ungrateful, miserable, unhappy mode? Is this what I want my life to look like? Or am I going to make a conscious decision to change this? And I would say probably about 6-7 years ago, I made the conscious decision that's enough now. I was pretty miserable and homesick for, the country that I was born in. Just wasn't acclimatizing very well, and decided that, I can keep going like this, and I'm going to probably destroy everything around me, including my family and the unit that we had contracted to, or I was going to change that. And it is a choice. Everything is a choice. So today I am choosing to honor Rebecca Campbell and her beautiful downloads that she has received working with the rose, working with that rose energy, and her connecting into the roses and into the earth, because ultimately if you're working with roses, you're working with the earth. I mean, I planted another 2 rose bushes yesterday, just glorious rose bushes. I want to surround myself with rose bushes on my property. They're the most rewarding plant, and so beautiful to look at. And I think they have a beautiful energy. There's no one person who looks at a rose and goes, that's not pretty, that's not lovely. I think you have to be pretty disconnected or allergic. But and that's a special kind of learning, I would say. Most people love roses. or acknowledge the fact that roses bring that beauty and that kindness and that softness and the gentleness and the feminine energy within them brings it up for you. You know, you feel feminine when you look at a rose, when you hold a rose, you tap into that beautiful feminine energy. And the feminine energy is just so strong and powerful. You know, don't forget the rose has thorns. You know, they can be prickly, they're strong. They're not a weak, their petals are weak. When they fully open, they are vulnerable and soft. But you know, getting into a rosebud, if it doesn't want to open, not going to happen. And, you know, trying to destroy a rose bush, not easy. Those thorns can pretty much hurt your fingers. So the analogy is a beautiful analogy there. So, yeah, I am going to leave you today with that beautiful card. Plant yourself here. Integration, embodiment, grounded action, from the new Rebecca Campbell, the Rose Oracle.